Welcome again to Tom Mitchell Field here at Brother Rice High School for our feature matchup between the Marist Redhawks and your Brother Rice Crusaders. I'd like to welcome all of our senior parents here for Seniors Night. We're going to have a couple quick introductions. So parents, players, when you hear your name, players come out, meet the parents, come to 15-20 yard line, and wish the best to your parents and give them a big thank you for sending you to Brother Rice High School. So, first up, no one's up yet because there's no players here.
Okay.
Started with our senior player introductions along with parent introductions. Senior rugby players, once again, give your parents a big thanks for sending you to Brother Rice High School. Let's get the introduction started. Starting us off, player Tom Angus, escorted by parents James and Nancy. Next up, player Anthony Arquilla, escorted by parents Ed and Krista. Next up, senior John Bean, escorted by parents Mark and Donna. Next up, senior Ian Conlon, escorted by parents John and Eileen. Next up, Daniel Connors, escorted by parents Kevin and Barb. Next up, the pride of St. Gerald's, Tim Desmond, escorted by Mom Eileen. Next up for your Brother Rice seniors, Brian Hickey, escorted by parents John and Angela. Next up for Rice senior Sean Hogan, escorted by parents Tim and Colleen. Next up, senior Evan Kurtz, escorted by parents Dawn and Brian. Next up for Brother Rice, Tyler Lona, escorted by Richard and Christine. Next up for your Brother Rice seniors, Ryan McBreedy, escorted by parents Andy and Tracy. Next up, senior Jack McMahon, escorted by parents Ed and Debbie. Next up, Jay Sean Means, escorted by parent Whitney. Next up for your Brother Rice seniors, David Marabelli, escorted by parents Mark and Danielle. Next up for Brother Rice, Jesse Plunkett, escorted by Mom Linda. Next up for Brother Rice, Jack Reddington, escorted by parents Jerome and Ellen. Next up for your seniors, Jalen Reams, escorted by parents Earl and Kimberly. Next up, the pride of Queen of Martyrs, Jack Rice, escorted by parents Sean and Karen, and sister. Next up for Brother Rice, Ryan Schickel, escorted by Mom Diana. Next up for Brother Rice seniors, Richard Sievers, escorted by parents Richard and Cynthia. Next up, Dan Sullivan, escorted by parents Kevin and Eileen. Next up for your Brother Rice seniors, Tommy Tavaridis, escorted by parent Mom. Or Mom Sue, Mom. Sorry, Sue. And last but not least, your Brother Rice senior, Ali Syed, escorted by parent Lariana. How about a big round of applause for all your Brother Rice seniors? Congratulations, guys. We'd like to welcome our good friends from Marist High School. What promises to be a great night for rugby. Your starting lineup for the Marist Redhawks.
With a little bit of a breakup, then we're going to regroup with some set two on the weak side, sauce it in the net, do a little selling with the boys, and wrap it up. Any questions?
You get any of that? I have no idea what he was talking about.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tom Mitchell Field, home of the Brother Rice Crusaders, for tonight's senior matchup between the Brother Rice Crusaders and the Marist Redhawks. It'll be a very good game today. It should be full of entertainment for you people who watch at home. So far, the Crusaders are undefeated, so they look to finish out the season that way. The team is filled with lots of talent, with both speed and strength. And Kevin, what do you think all happened in this matchup so far?
Well, obviously you got to watch out for the seniors. Somebody I'm definitely looking forward to is Anthony Arquilla at that lock position. Come out of the ruck. He's obviously got speed on the end. You know he can bust a play if he's open.
Yeah, definitely. Arquilla was a nice big wide receiver for the Crusaders throughout the whole football season as well. So we should see and watch out for him to, like you said, bust out some big plays all over the field and have some nice big runs throughout the game. Really, I'm thinking all the seniors are going to have a nice big game, especially it's probably their last time ever playing Marist at Brother Rice, so they're going to look to close it out with an exclamation point.
Yeah, definitely playing Marist, your home field, last game. You definitely want to end on a high note.
So it looks like Brother Rice is just about ready to kick off to Marist. Marist now having their starting 15 come out onto the field. And the referee is blowing the whistle and the kick is away. Obviously, Marist receiving the ball first, and a nice tackle right away by the Crusaders, but it looks like they're going to call him for a high tackle. So the Crusaders are going to have to back up 10 as Marist will start with the ball. And as you do a lot of the time with the penalty, you kick it out of bounds and get some extra yardage to start out with on offense. You know, Kevin, we were talking about the Crusaders, and one of those players we were talking about was Anthony Arquilla have a big game. Another guy that I don't think a lot of people would think would have a big game is Danny Connors. A lot of the people think about him in the football season as just the center snapping the ball and blocking, but he can really turn on the Jets sometimes in rugby and run for a pretty big gain.
Absolutely. Another guy you got to look out for, Tim Desmond. Another guy with some speed on the edge. You can bust some big plays.
Marist wins the line out. But it looks like it will be a call against Marist. And it will be a scrum down for the Crusaders. Number 9, Sean Hogan for the Crusaders. The hooker is Martin Murray. He's a junior, so I had the opportunity to play with him a little bit last year, and I know firsthand that he is very good. He's strong, fast, and he's really a team leader.
Yeah, I know Martin very well, and he played football obviously here for his first 2 years. He's a big, fast guy, very good hands, and he's deceptively quick, even though he's a bigger guy.
So Hogan will put the ball in, but it looks like the scrum was won by Marist, but the referee is blowing the whistle, and Marist will do a quick tap and go.
That ball didn't really look parallel to the line to me. I thought the ref was going to blow that ball dead.
Yeah, but that's okay because Marist has the ball and they're trying to move it to the outside, and a nice tackle there by the Crusaders, number 10, Tim Desmond. They're saying Brother Rice will come in from the side, which you cannot do in rugby, so another... Oh, I'm sorry. It was a call against Marist, so Brother Rice will start with the ball. Their first chance to produce some offense. The 10, Tim Desmond again. Looks like he'll probably try to take it out, which he does. So the Crusaders will start with the ball on about the 40-yard line.
The Sir is clearly trying to make some early calls here and, not let things get out of hand early. Obviously between Rice and Marist, you're always going to have some bad blood. But you don't want things to get too physical too early and run out of places to go.
So Brother Rice will win the line out, but the Sir blows it dead once again.
There really hasn't been a lot of fluidity in this game yet. The ball's been blown dead more times than I can count.
Yeah, that's definitely right. Looks like Marist will have a scrum now. Jack Hillrow taking it. And Mike O'Brien will be the hooker. And right away, the ref is going to blow the scrum dead. There's been too much movement too early. So Marist is going to try the scrum again. Brother Rice definitely looking to win it. They're in the attacking zone of the field. Ball was placed in and won right away by Marist, but it was a loose ball, and that's going to be a tackle, and Brother Rice will have the ball now. Ball taken out by Hogan. Oh, and they're going to do a pick and go, Rice does. Danny Connors now once again with a pick and go. Now Hogan will give the ball to Desmond, who's going to pass it, and Brother Rice gets lit up, but they'll retain possession. Murray now with the ball as he goes down, and so far pretty nice rucking done by the Crusaders. And now the ball is out to Richard Sievers, who goes down. Hogan with the ball, nice pass. And Brother Rice is slowly but surely moving the ball up the field. A grubber kick by Desmond that will be chased down by Marist as John Bean lights up a kid.
Marist is doing a lot of ball chasing right now. If the Crusaders can reverse their field very quickly, they might be able to catch Marist by surprise.
Brother Rice working very fast. A nice juke move put on. And Brother Rice is definitely moving down the field fast now, looking to score easily. Sievers with a nice juke move, but he loses the ball, but Brother Rice tapped it again, and then Marist recovered it. So it looks like the sir, or the referee, had a penalty against Marist. Brother Rice looked like he was playing advantage. So Desmond will kick the ball out of bounds.
Looks like the ruling on the field was a minor infraction coming in off the side, offsides Marist. Rice elects to kick for a touch. Lineout awarded, Brother Rice.
It looks like the lineout will be on just about the 10 or 11 yard line on the opposite side of the field. Line out Brother Rice. Martin Murray is the one throwing the ball in. And a nice win. And it looks like there's going to be a maul that Brother Rice is going to advance quite fastly on. But it looks like Marist tackled Brother Rice out of bounds, thus leading to Marist ball. So Marist, Mike O'Brien will throw the ball in on the line out. And almost won by Brother Rice, but Marist does win it as they will kick it out of bounds.
Good job there to get it away by Marist. Obviously, when you're in your own zone, have a lot of pressure on you. And he didn't panic and obviously got the ball away.
Yeah, I know firsthand. That's a pretty scary moment when you're backed up into your own end zone and you just have everybody from the opposing team running at you trying to block a kick like that or try to intercept the ball and have a nice easy score. But
yeah, when you're playing that fullback position, obviously the last line of defense for anything that comes your way. So if there's a long kick like that, you have to have good hands to be able to handle it.
Brother Rice had a line out there, but it was blown dead. So it looks like the pass wasn't completely straight into the line out.
The line out throw was not thrown in straight. Scrum down is awarded to Marist.
So Marist has a scrum in their defensive zone. Just like Brother Rice did, they're looking to have their own offense moving faster and faster. So the ball is out for Marist. Marist looking to swing the ball to the outside fast. A nice hit put on there. And a huge hit put on there by Brother Rice's defensive men. They're looking to make a stand right here early. As we see as they steal the ball.
Great counter ruck there by Martin Murray to get the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Tom Tavaritas just passed the ball out. Oh, Severs gets tackled. Great rucking so far by the Crusaders offensively as they knock on the ball.
Minor infraction assessed against Brother Rice. Knock on. The ball was knocked forward. Scrum down. Marist.
That's an unfortunate mishandle by Brother Rice. Obviously, he's probably trying to knock the ball backwards, but that deep in your own zone, it's unfortunate to turn the ball over like that.
Yeah, 100% true. I know firsthand, as I play rugby myself on the freshman-sophomore team, that those knock-ons can really kill your momentum when you're on offense. But at the same time, as it probably will happen for Marist, that can help gain a lot of momentum for them, too.
Absolutely. Sometimes when you just really can't handle that ball, it might not even be intentional, but sometimes the ball just doesn't go where you want it to.
So, Marist scrum is still in, and it's been won by Brother Rice defensively. Tim Desmond has a nice grubber kick that will just go out of bounds. So it will be a line out for Marist. It's really unfortunate that the ball went out of bounds. Dave Mirabelli almost got to that one and saved it, which if he did, he probably had a good run-in for a try.
Yeah, well, the 15, the fullback from Marist, was obviously had a lot of pressure on him trying to catch that ball. And I don't think he would have been able to handle it had that ball stayed in play. The Crusaders most likely would have gained possession of the ball.
So Marist won their own line out, and now they're looking to get something going on offense.
The game has been played a lot in Brother Rice's side of the field. Marist hasn't been able to get much going on their own end.
Yeah, definitely. And like we said, offensively, Brother Rice had a pretty good job rucking the ball. Now they're doing a really good job defensively, counter-rucking and trying to steal the ball. As nice group tackling there by Richard Severs and Tommy Tavaritas. Brother Rice is going to have to back up 10 yards and give Marist the ball. And it looks like they're just going to kick it out. Sometimes those kicks that don't really go long do help. A lot of kids think you're just going to have to try to kick the ball as far as you can. That's not always the case because you really want to make sure the ball goes out of bounds.
Obviously, you don't want to risk turning the ball over unless you know maybe you can catch your fullback up sleeping, maybe have him turn over the ball, but you obviously want to regain possession in that situation.
That kick, by the way, was by the number 10 or fly half, Daniel Skarnovac. As Marist wins their own line out. Brother Rice has had a lot of good team tackling. A lot of the time, USC one-on-one, but not for the Brother Rice team this year. A new coaching staff led by head coach Sean Sullivan has really been put to the test in a lot of these hard games, but they've risen to the occasion, and like we said earlier, they've gone undefeated.
Yeah, well, it's a similar mentality to football. You know, you don't want to just have one guy out in the open field trying to make a tackle. Gang tackling is what's obviously preached in these contact sports.
Yeah, 100%, as Danny Connors, number 3 for Brother Rice, makes a nice tackle. So a nice pick and go there by Marist. Number 9, Jack Hillrow, gets them into the offensive zone for one of the first times so far in the game.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Marist on their own end. Let's see what they're able to do here.
Marist is doing a lot of this pick and go right out of the ruck. Something that works sometimes, doesn't work others, but as of right now, it seems like it's working pretty good. A nice tackle there by Dave Mirabelli, the winger for Brother Rice. And now John Bean with a huge tackle.
Number 9, Sean Hogan, looks to be a bit shaked up on that play. Might have got a hit in the jaw.
Yeah, it looks like it. We'll definitely hope he's okay. I've gotten a chance to actually practice with him a couple times earlier in the year, and he's really a good guy. He really helps out the newcomers to the sport learn and really perfect their passing. One thing I've noticed is a huge hit put on there by Richard Sievers for Brother Rice. Now Brother Rice is going to have the ball. That's really a momentum swing right there.
Absolutely, that's going to be a hit that'll set the tone for a game like this, a rivalry game, your last game at Brother Rice, and obviously you want to put a hit on a guy from Marist.
And it looks like a whistle is blown by the referee. And back to that hit by Richard Sievers. Right away, you could just hear all the fans really even getting energetic about the hit. Everybody knows that this is a huge game for Brother Rice. Obviously, they're already in the playoffs, their game will be played Saturday, but nobody wants to lose one game, especially in the CCL.
Yeah, well, you talked about momentum, and in a game like this, momentum is huge. A hit like that can really swing things for a team.
Therefore, scrum down, Brother Rice.
Ryan Schickel, the 15 for Brother Rice, really hasn't gotten too involved as of late for the game, but I would really think that he's going to be one of those guys that in the late coming will definitely have a couple big runs or a couple big hits that'll spark the offense.
Yeah, well, like you said, at the fullback position, Marist hasn't been able to really penetrate their own zone, so he hasn't seen much action, but hopefully, if Marist is able to make a break, he'll be there.
Yeah, and one big part of the fullback's job that Schickel has to do is he's the last line of defense, so if for some reason Brother Rice does lose the ball and it gets through by Marist, he's going to have to make that late open field hit. And as you can see right here, he has to drop back on defense to make sure that Marist doesn't kick it, because he's going to be the one that has to catch it.
Absolutely.
So Kilrow for Marist has a nice early dump off. And Marist gets a pretty good gain right there, but they're stopped by Brother Rice. And now a huge running by Marist. And a huge hit by Ryan Schickel, just on cue of what we were talking about, that last line of defense. And he's there and really lighting up everybody.
In the open field like that, a tackle like that is really hard to make. A great hit by Schickel.
And it looks like Luke Wallenberg was the one that took that hit by Marist. And he looked to be even a little shaken up after that hit. He got hit by Schickel at first, and then John Bean came in and finished the job. So Marist looked like they were going to run a switch. A little miscommunication there, but they'll keep the ball. Brother Rice has some nice early hitting, and it's definitely not an easy sport to go down in, because if you go down, you're just going to have a bunch of guys from both teams running over you, and you really got to put your trust in your players to ruck over for you and make sure that you're not getting stepped on at all.
Absolutely. Also, hits like that in a game like this are tone setters, and it might not be the first hit that really gets to you, but the second hit, the third hit, the fourth hit, those are going to be the things that really, shake your confidence in a game like this.
And as you saw right there, the Brother Rice coaching staff was really looking for a call there that they got, so Desmond will boot the ball away. It'll stay in bounds, and just right away, Jay-Sean Means, the right wing, aka the number 14, lit up the Marist wing.
Good job to handle that by Marist. It was a high arcing kick, hard to track, and he did a good job of hanging on to the ball.
It also looks like when Marist caught that ball, they had his foot out of bounds, so it will be a line out for Brother Rice. That line out's one, and Tim Desmond now trying to move the ball fast to Taverides and Bean.
Big hit put on by Marist.
Yeah, that could also be a very big momentum swing for them that they need. And the ball's out. And now Brother Rice gets the ball right back. Nice counter-rucking by the whole team on Marist, but even stronger rucking by Brother Rice offensively. So Marist left their feet and didn't stay level to the ground. So that will be back 10 for them, and a nice kick out of bounds by Tim Desmond.
Either playing on the ground or hands in the ruck. You cannot utilize your hands when the ball is on the deck. Possession was awarded to Brother Rice. Kick for touch Line out, Brother Rice.
So the two hooker position, Martin Murray will have the throw out. It looks like number 3, Danny Connors, will be lifted up. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like Anthony Arquilla will actually be lifted up, as Murray will take the ball right away. So Seaver's now with the ball. He's very shifty, as we all saw in the football season, and he really puts it on here too.
The kick blocked by Marist and plays whistle dead.
Yeah, the kick was blocked, but the Marist defender unfortunately knocked it on when he blocked it, so Brother Rice will keep the ball.
Against Marist. Looked like the initial ruling was a knock forward. Marist.
Coach PJ for Brother Rice talking to number 11, Dave Mirabelli, trying to work something up on offense. Mirabelli's relaying the message to the number 10, Tim Desmond. So the ball will be put into the scrum. And it's won by Brother Rice. Desmond now running a nice move to Jay Sean Means, who breaks a few tackles and is brought down at the 50-yard line. And now the ball right out to Tim Desmond again. Puts on another nice move. Passes the ball, but it was intercepted by Marist. Brother Rice really hasn't been letting much get by them on defense, except for 1 or 2 big runs, but really that was stopped right away, and the ball was taken right back on offense, Devin.
Absolutely, but by the same token, other than maybe that opening drive, Marist hasn't let much past them, but it's going to be interesting to see what team can break through that middle of the field first.
I mean, as we saw right there, Brother Rice stole the ball from Marist, and then Marist stole the ball right back, so...
It's definitely been a battle of the midfield game today.
Yeah, Danny Connors gets his tackle broken, but that's okay, because Marist passes the ball right away. So the whistle's blown again. Brother Rice is going to have to back up 10, and so far Marist has really been tapping and going right away. So they're trying to catch Brother Rice off guard. But now it looks like they will kick the ball out of bounds. Jay Sean Means back to make sure it either goes out of bounds or stays in bounds for him to receive.
Was Rice's nod set back 10 meters. Marist elects to kick for touch. Line out, Redhawks.
So it's going to be a line out for Marist. The 2, Mike O'Brien, once again throwing the ball in. And sometimes a line out in the offensive zone can really spark some quick offense.
Absolutely. If you can maybe reverse the field, obviously the defense will be spread pretty thin on the far side, so if you can reverse your field quickly and get a run up the field, you have a good chance to score a try.
And so the Marist line out was blown dead. And now Brother Rice will have a chance to throw it in.
Brother Rice has been pretty successful with these line-ins today. And obviously Anthony Arquilla had a pretty good knockback that last time they had a line in. But they've been obviously out jumping out, and another great knockback by Arquilla.
Desmond has another kick blocked back in the deep defensive zone for Brother Rice. But they steal the ball right away. So now they're going to try to get the ball at least out of their defensive zone on offense. A mishandled pass there. Mike O'Brien right now with the ball as he goes down. There's a pass, and you see really good low tackling so far about the Crusaders. That's one of the key factors to get a man down in a sport like this.
Absolutely. You know, if you go for a man high, not only is that a penalty, but you're just going to bounce right off him. Nothing's going to happen. If you go for a guy low, you're going to be able to bring him down a lot easier.
So the ball came out of the ruck, but Edmund Kurtz could not get it because he came in from the side. Rice had to back up 10, and Marist did once again a nice quick tap and go.
Marist is obviously making some progress in their own zone here. It'll be interesting to see how the Crusaders respond.
And Marist, for one of the first times so far in tonight's game, is right on the doorstep of scoring first. Obviously, you can see here the sir talking to the 10, Tim Desmond, probably relaying a message to tell the rest of the Crusaders. Or pardon me, it actually looks like Tim Desmond was actually asking the referee to look out for a certain call, but it looks like Marist is electing to try and kick for 3 points. So the kick is up for Marist. And the kick is good, so Marist will go up 3-0 so far in this game.
Looks like number 14, Pat Collavoy with the kick.
They convert on the kick. Their score after 30 minutes of play, Marist Redhawks 3, Brother Rice Crusaders 0.
With Marist first on the board here, it'll be interesting to see how the Crusaders respond now that they're down.
So this is one of those rare sports moments where if you're Marist or Brother Rice and you score, you get the ball right back on offense and you don't have to kick off to the other team.
Just like basketball in a game of keeps, you score, you keep it.
Yeah, and that can be a really big momentum changer. You score once, you could score 2-3 more times right away just because you have that momentum of keep getting the ball back to you.
Absolutely.
So Marist will have a tap and go right here. Looks like Daniel Skarnabak will kick it. That bounces, but then goes out of bounds. Jay Sean Minch just couldn't get to that one in time.
Jay Sean Means looked like he was going to be able to field that ball. Unfortunately, it took a high bounce and went out of bounds.
So it's going to be a line out to Marist once again. There's been a lot of lineouts so far early in this game.
Well, absolutely. It's a good way to gain some yardage there. With, kicking the ball out of bounds, and some other sports might lose you possession, but in a game like rugby, it'll gain you some much-needed yardage.
So it looks like the throw-in on the lineout once again was not straight by Marist, so it will be Brother Rice's lineout.
Lineout attempted by Marist was not thrown in straight. Brother Rice has the election for either a scrum down or a lineout. Brother Rice elects for a lineout. Lineout, Brother Rice.
A key factor in a lineout like this is good communication between the hooker, Martin Murray, and Anthony Arquilla to make sure that Arquilla knows when he's going to go up and field the ball. Brother Rice's coaching staff is not happy with that tackle put on there. And you see DC Danny Connors lowering his shoulder and just running kids over.
It looked like he lost the ball there, but he was able to regain possession for the Crusaders.
So Schickel is going to gain some more yardage for Brother Rice.
It looks to be some miscommunication for the Crusaders on the far side. It looked like they're stretched pretty thin.
Yeah, definitely. Murray had that ball, and now Danny Connors is going to give a pass out to Sievers, who is met right away. Desmond now going to try his own pick and go, and is brought down right away by Marist. So there's going to be a nice kick by the Crusaders back deep into the Marist zone. Now Marist trips up on their own feet. Brother Rice looking to counter ruck and get the ball out right away, but they cannot. Number 1, Dan Sullivan, had a pretty big tackle there.
Number 15 for Marist, Tavares West, has had some high pressure situations trying to run back and catch those kicks, but he's done a pretty good job of handling them.
Brother Rice with the ball now. They dump it out, and Brother Rice looks like they could go for a try. And they will. The first try of the game scored by Brother Rice. And that is huge. They go down by 3, and then they go back and score right away.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Crusaders weren't able to run that ball in the middle of the zone. Might make the conversion a little bit more difficult, but still, points are points, and the Crusaders are finally on the board.
Yeah, the Shark, Anthony Arquilla with that try.
Your lock, number 5, Anthony Arcolo with the try for Brother Rice.
And as Brother Rice will attempt a 2-point conversion for a kick.
Looks like Tim Desmond trying to convert it.
And it looks like a Marist player is shaking up on the far side of the field. We hope he's okay and he can get back up soon. And the kick goes in.
2-point conversion from the far side of the field by number 10, fly half Tim Desmond is good. And after 30 minutes of play, your score, Brother Rice Crusaders 7.
A very impressive conversion by Desmond. Obviously, that's a tough angle to kick a ball from all the way on your far side, but he's able to get the ball to go through.
Yeah, and I saw Tim warming up with those kicks before the game. I could kind of see he was looking up at the bleachers on Brother Rice's sides. They have some flags on the top row. It looks like he was really trying to judge the wind.
Yeah, well, the wind is obviously blowing pretty hard here today. The flags are definitely moving, but it didn't look like it hurt him too much on that kick.
Yeah, definitely. But so with that conversion, Brother Rice will be up 7-3 against Marist on their senior night. And like we said earlier, Brother Rice is gonna get the ball right back. So it looks like that injured Marist player is back up, and he's going to stay in the game. That's always good to see. And so the kick is fielded by Martin Murray, who was met right away by a whole crowd of Marist Redhawks.
Great job to hang on that ball by Murray. When you got pressure on like that, it's like football and an onside kick. Sometimes hard to hang on to the ball.
John Bean now with a huge run and a stiff arm. That's 2 more stiff arms, a juke move. And he will go down to the 5-yard line.
That's a huge run by John Bean.
And now Brother Rice really knocking on the doorstep. Looks like they're about the 1-yard line right now. And the whistle is blown.
That's a huge momentum shift for the Crusaders. Obviously, you just got to try. Now you're knocking on the door for another one.
And that run was really sparked by a nice juke move. It looked like a stutter step there put on by Tim Desmond. And the whistle was blown, so it's going to be a scrum down.
Minor infraction was assessed against Brother Rice. Looks like a knock-on, knock-forward. Scrum down, Marist.
So after the knock-on, Marist is going to have a scrum back deep in their own end zone. Brother Rice is going to try to Oh, and Brother Rice takes the ball. Danny Connor is now with the ball. And he will score the try for the Crusaders. That is a huge defensive scrum win.
After a great run by your outside center, John Bean. Your tight head prop, number 3, DC Dan Connors finishes the job. Try Brother Rice.
And just like we talked about earlier, Kevin, DC isn't just one of those centers that you see on the football field. He can run the ball.
Absolutely, and like I said earlier, after the Marist Redhawks got on the board first, you got to wonder how the Crusaders are going to respond. They responded very quickly with 2 quick tries of their own.
So Tim Desmond made a kick on the far side of the field, and he looks like he's going to attempt a kick on the close side from about the same distance. Desmond lining up the kick right now. So Desmond, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Brother Rice is leading this one 14-3 with just about 2 minutes left in the first half of action.
Minutes of play here at Brother Rice High School. Check that, 32 minutes of play. Our score, Brother Rice Crusaders 14, Marist Redhawks 3.
So Marist Looks like that's number 13, Max Montrastelli with the kick. So Brother Rice will get the ball out and going on offense. And a kick! It's not what I was expecting to happen, but it was knocked on by Marist.
Mishandled by the center back. He's done a pretty good job of handling the ball on those long kicks today, but that was definitely the first time we've seen him mishandle it.
So as you can see, after what looked like what could have been a knock-on by Marist, the ball was getting kicked around by both teams. And now a huge run here by Marist. Marist with the run, just like John Bean had of his own, but they didn't get as far down the field. And Brother Rice coming up and meeting right away. Brother Rice is not willing to let up a try just as early, and the whistle will be blown.
Looked like some miscommunication from the Crusaders there. There was definitely a big hole in the middle of the field, but thankfully the play was blown dead.
Number 5, Jason Martin on Marist had that big run. It will be a scrum for Marist. So Martin Murray and Mike O'Brien are going to be fighting to hook that ball back and create some offense for both Marist and Brother Rice. And that ball didn't look like it was thrown in straight, but Brother Rice almost gets the ball back. Jack Kilroe touched the ball right away for Marist, which allowed a huge hit on there by Jack Rice. So we are just about on the last play here in the first half. And the whistle's blown. Brother Rice is going to have to go back 10. So the tap and go there by Marist. And a nice tackle there by Brother Rice. They've had a lot of bigger tackles so far in this game, and sometimes if you miss those, it could end up poorly, but Brother Rice isn't letting that happen today.
Absolutely, and like we spoke of earlier, gang tackling. So somebody does miss a tackle, there's somebody right there to back him up.
A huge tackle put on there by Brother Rice. Although Marist, just like you can in rugby, is able to get right back up and around with the ball. Now Murray with the ball is after Marist knocked it on. And the whistle's been blown. So Brother Rice is playing with advantage there, but after a knock on once again by Marist, it will be a scrum for Brother Rice.
No advantage was gained by the Crusaders. Scrum down, Brother Rice.
And earlier we were talking about Anthony Narquilla, that lock position. But on the opposite side of the ball, Jack Durr in the lock position. He's made some big runs today.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of the guys on Marist have definitely had some big runs. Just Brother Rice has been able to stop them defensively. So Desmond out the ball out. Tries a grubber kick that Jay Sean Means will race and just overrun, but he'll keep it in bounds. But it will eventually go out of bounds.
Unfortunately, that ball can be somewhat unpredictable at times.
So
at halftime, Brother Rice is leading Marist 14-3. It's been a great game offensively and defensively so far for both teams.
Absolutely, we definitely got off to a bit of a slow start, but we see some huge runs by Anthony Narquilla and John Bean to put some points on the board for the Crusaders.
Alright, so I'm Ryan Schistel, and for Kevin Lynch, we will be right back after this halftime break.
At Brother Rice, we have NHL caliber talent on the ice and in the booth. Stay in the booth.
We doing this?
You want to go? Come on, man. Pass me the puck. I'm wide open out there. All right.
All right, boys, we're going to start this drill off with a little bit of a breakup. Then we're going to regroup with some send two on the weak side, sauce it in the net, do a little selling with the boys, and wrap it up.
Any questions?
You get any of that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Most people think athletes are the only ones that have to get mentally prepared before games, but in reality, broadcasters are the same way.
Gentlemen, great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have yourselves here tonight. That's what you've earned yourselves here tonight. You broadcast 6 regular season games a year, 1 playoff game. And I expect nothing but perfection every single time. We've done good so far. But good isn't good enough. It's got to be great! Tonight we have an opportunity, as I said, to do something special. And I expect nothing but greatness from both of you. Both of you earned your positions on this team for a reason. Now go out there and show them why you're on this team and why you're part of BRTV. Bring it in right now. Let's go, boys. Give me a 3. 1, 2, 3.
Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. It's game time.
Bean drops back in the pocket, looking down the field, looking for a receiver. He sees Summers. Bean throws the pass. It finds Summers. Summers with the catch at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusaders, and they're in favor! Man, just like that. Just like that. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, Durkin, it's playoff season. It's win or go home. Every game's your last.
Yeah, we need a big one tonight, man.
Yeah.
All right, boys, just about that time. Let's go, boys. Okay, let's go. Let's go out there, boys. Let's go. Hey, Rudy, come on. Handshake time. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
So with football season going so late this year and snow already falling, we really had to kick into high gear for basketball season.
All right, boy, the key to success is conditioning. There's no easy way to get in shape. I want a down bag. Ready? Go. Are you serious? That's all you got? Get here! Great job, Pat. Read that another one.
Come on, gang, try and guard. Let's see what you got.
Bet. Let's go right now. 1v1. Come on, man. That's a charge.
What game were you watching? That was no way.
I'm on the ground. That's a charge.
I don't think so. No way. See, Mark, you shot 41 first game of the year.
Yeah, man. That was nuts. Can't wait for the rest of the season. They're going to be amazing this year.
Hey, you got a time?
It's 9:30.
We're gonna be like Spanish. We gotta go. Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Brother Rice Rugby Senior Night. Right now, Brother Rice is leading Marist 14-3. We are about ready to start the second half. I'm Ryan Schistel alongside Aiden Conlon. And so the kickoff is
Good
away.
kick.
Received by DC.
Yeah, DC. He had a try earlier in the game.
Oh, there goes Kurtz. Knock
So-
on by Brother Rice.
Yeah, Tim Desmond just couldn't handle that ball.
Knock on assessed against Brother Rice. Scrum down, Marist.
So Marist number 9, scrum half Jack Kilrow will put the ball into the scrum for Marist. Brother Rice has won a couple of these offensively and defensively, so we'll see what will happen this time.
Ball's out.
The 8-man Luke Wallenberg for Marist took that ball by himself. So the whistle's blown dead, and it was a knock on by Marist.
Little pick and go action that didn't turn
Knock
out
on
right.
against Marist. Scrum
Yeah.
down, Brother Rice.
So Brother Rice will have Sean Hogan put the ball in the scrum for them this time. They're back in their defensive zone, so I really wouldn't be shocked if we saw a kick here by Desmond or another back to just get the ball out of the zone and either push Marist back or really move up fast offensively.
Yeah, I see Desmond getting ready for something in the back here.
So the ball's out.
Oh.
Desmond will not kick. He'll give the ball to Bean instead, who will break
Bean.
a tackle. Bean, as a lot of people know, is a two-sport athlete between rugby and the starting quarterback for Brother Rice's football team. Severs now with a big run, and he'll get the ball
Gotta
into
rock over there.
he'll get the ball into the offensive zone for Brother Rice.
Ooh.
So a nice late pass there by Brother Rice will move the ball up. Hogan will now pass the ball out to Desmond. Desmond will do a grubber that will be another kick by Desmond that it's fielded by Hogan for Brother Rice. Hogan really
And
fighting
he's
to
brought
stay
out of
in.
bounds there.
Yeah, Brother Rice just couldn't stay in bounds there. So it'll be a line out for Marist. O'Brien will have another attempt throwing the ball in. So there's an injury on the field right now. The trainer, Kyle, will go take care of the injured player. Really hoping that player is okay. It looks like it was an injured Redhawk shaken up.
Oh, it looks like he just hit his hand or something. Kind of looks like to be taping it up on the sidelines and over on the track there.
Yeah, that looks to be number 5, Jason Martin, for the Redhawks.
Shouldn't be too long of a delay of game here.
So there's going to be a halt in action to make sure the injured Redhawk is okay. It looks like he's just going to get taped up and come right back in. Because just like in some other sports, once you get taken out, you can't come back in unless you were bleeding, and that's the reason for being taken out. A lineout just waiting to happen as Brother Rice is leading this one 14-3 with 32 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in the second half action.
Brother Rice looking to have another explosive half after the end of the first. They're scoring 2 tries and making both their kicks.
Yeah, and so far this game almost feels like it's a football game. Brother Rice really hasn't let up points on defense, and their offense has been moving the ball really fast down the field and really taking advantage of missed opportunities by Marist. Alright, looks like we are ready to resume action, as it will be a line out for Marist. O'Brien will make the throw.
Brother Rice has got players back waiting for a kick. Oh!
And Brother Rice wins the defensive lineout. But a mishandled pass will stay in bounds.
But the whistle's blown.
And it looks like it was a knock-on against Marist. So it will be a scrum for Brother Rice.
Key to the scrum here is keeping it tight.
Yeah, Aiden, you play rugby just like I do, and you're one of the guys that are in the scrum, so you know most of the key aspects to a scrum, how to win it, both offensively and defensively.
Playing flanker, you gotta keep tight on the outside of the scrum. Keep it for where keep the ball in there. But when the ball comes out on the inside by the sidelines, you can shoot out and tackle the guy.
So Marist loses the ball, but Brother Rice will get it back. So Brother Rice swinging the ball on the field. Severs puts on a nice cut move and passes it out. Now a pass out to Bean, who has an outside opening. To Severs, to Jay-Sean Means, who puts on a nice cut move. Jay-Sean not ready to go down. But he
Finally
will.
goes down about the 40. Oh,
now
Evan Kurtz with a big push.
see Coach Canedo for Brother Rice trying to draw something up as DC takes a nice run. Hogan will pass it out to Desmond. To Severs. Severs breaks a few tackles, and he'll stay on his feet, and he can go. And he will for a try for the Crusaders. That was a huge couple of cutbacks for Brother Rice.
2 great cutbacks to open a big hole straight to the try zone.
And just like they've been doing all year, Brother Rice moving the ball very well offensively, spreading out, really making Marist work to play some defense, and Marist just couldn't stop Brother Rice right there.
Desmond will be kicking from about the right hash of the 10-yard line.
Yeah, every day Desmond is out working on these kicks at practice.
This is an easy kick for Desmond.
Desmond measures up the kick. And the kick is up.
Oh,
And the kick is
good.
the kick is missed.
Looked like it was a little to the left there.
Yeah, that's not really something that you see Desmond do often. But after the missed kick, it is 19-3 Brother Rice over Marist. Just about 29 minutes left to play in the second half, and Brother Rice will receive the ball on this kick.
Desmond's only missed 1 kick this whole game out of the 3. Going 2 for 3 this game.
Marist is still looking to just get their first try on the scoreboard. Really, in rugby, that's not something that you see that'll be this late, but who knows? Just like we saw in our game, anything could be a comeback in this sport.
Yeah, definitely that 33-12 comeback that Neuqua Valley had. Even if you're up by a lot, you can't give up towards the end.
Yeah, the fresh off team for Brother Rice just recently blew a good-sized lead, but that's okay because we all have our spirits up high as we have a game tomorrow at home against Merton High School. And a huge hit by Jay-Sean. So Brother Rice will get the ball on that huge hit.
Oh, good save.
Yeah, almost mishandled by Brother Rice, but they keep the ball on the offensive spectrum.
Out to Plunkett. Plunkett getting shifty.
Jesse Plunkett, super fast, just like we saw in football season. He's the starting running back.
And another open hole. Finally brought down about the 19-yard line.
DC puts on 2 huge stiff arms, and he's not letting up that ball.
Another big push by DC. Anything to get to that try zone.
So Dez will pass the ball out. The forwards for Brother Rice so far have not let anything get by them. And when they get the ball offensively, they just can't be stopped so far.
Watching for a big push.
And they'll get it. Brother Rice scores another try here.
That'll put them up 24-3 with 26 minutes left to play.
Yeah, Brother Rice really looking to make this kick.
Try awarded. Brother Rice.
If they do, going up 26-3. It's a pretty good sized lead to have, but they're not ready to take their foot off the gas pedal. As we spoke about earlier in the first half, they have a playoff game Saturday, so they're really looking at this one as a, let's see how we can really play up against a big rivalry team and a team of Marist that really is not a bad team at all.
I think Brother Rice underestimated the team we played in the first round last year. Being the first seed and playing the last seed really made us be overconfident coming into the game, and unfortunately we went out the first round.
Yeah, obviously all the members of last year's varsity team not willing to let that happen again.
Oops, sorry about that. Is that kick good or no good? There's no? No good. Thanks. It was?
Brother Rice receiving after another try.
And Tim Desmond unfortunately missed the kick again, but that's alright because Brother Rice will get the ball back right now.
Brother Rice with a good catch there.
Yeah, the 8-man Shaq and Cone.
Oh, loose ball. Recovered by Marist.
Marist looking
big tackle.
Marist looking to create some offense of their own. They really haven't gotten anything going so far on this one. And the ball is stripped and recovered by Brother Rice.
Jesse Plunkett with the ball. Gaining yards to be finally brought down on the 40-yard line.
And the whistle's been blown. And it was a knock-on against Marist. So Brother Rice will get the ball. So Brother Rice is leading this one 24-3 with about 24 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second half on this senior night 2019.
Sean Hogan set up another winning scrum here. The ball is out. Back to Desmond. Desmond with the kick. Ooh.
Sean Bean just missed a tackle there. And Brother Rice is going to have to back 10. It looks like it was a high tackle against the Crusaders.
High tackle will really kill you in this game.
Yeah, sometimes those high tackles can lead to some really bad missed advantages on offense. And
Sir has a word with the team captain, Tim Desmond.
And it looks like there's a shaken up Red Hawk on the play. We'll hope he's okay. That looks to be the fly half, Daniel Skarnovac.
Looks to be, being taken off the field. Not sure if it's a blood injury or not. Looks like they're putting in a sub for him.
How about a big round of applause for number 10, fly half Daniel Skarnovac for Marist. Looks like he's up and running. Best of wishes to Dan.
So best wishes to Daniel Skarnovac as he's taken off the field. An injury substitution will come in for Marist. And the kick will go out of bounds. It was a penalty kick. And number 20, Quinn Kennedy, came into play for the injured Skarnovac. So Marist will lose the line out.
Not sure who has the ball, but Brother Rice comes out with it.
Brother Rice has really been good on these lineouts, winning offensively and defensively.
Brother Rice has been moving that ball pretty well. Back outside of Jesse Plunkett as he cuts back inside. Be brought down.
You can hear the Brother Rice coaches screaming, "Play on" to their players. They're not willing to let anything go until that whistle blows by the referee.
May have been a high tackle. No? Sure, looks like it's a scrum down, though. Brother Rice is scrum down here.
Sean Hogan for Brother Rice will try to win yet another scrum, which he does easily.
Oh, to John Bean with the fake. To the outside again. Oh. Oh. Looks like they called Jay Sean out.
And so a risky pass by Dave Mirabelli just goes out of bounds past Jay Sean Maines. It'll be a line out for the Marist Redhawks.
Be nice to see the Crusaders win another line out and get the ball out of their zone.
Yeah, and if Brother Rice does win, I wouldn't be shocked to see a kick. Doesn't look like there's really anybody back for Marist. But Marist will win this one.
Brother Rice didn't even try to go up and win that one. Oh, big tackle by Johnny Bean.
It was a knock-on against Brother Rice called. Johnny Bean laid on a huge hit there. Just showing how good of an athlete he truly is. Both throwing the ball as a quarterback and tackling on defense for rugby. So it'll be a scrum for Marist. They're still looking for their first try of the game. We'll see if they can put one up by the end of the game.
Marist struggling to get that ball out of the scrum.
They finally do, though.
Oh.
So Marist with a nice run down to about the 18-yard line.
Marist has really picked up their rucking in the second half here. Oh, but Jack Rice with the steal.
And Jack Rice gets slammed down. Shocked that wasn't a high tackle. Looked like he was wrapped up just by the neck or the shoulders there.
DC with a big push there. Back out to Desmond.
Desmond to Bean.
Bean to Jay Sean. Jay Sean cuts it back up in the middle.
There's an injured Red Hawk down on the play.
Gonna be an injury here.
So we will hope that the injured Red Hawk is okay. He was laying down on his face, so that's never something you want to see. Looks to be like it's number 8, Luke Wallenberg. Pardon me, that is not number 8, that is number 11, Nino Ruiz.
Brother Rice coaches calling for some water for this injury timeout.
Nino Ruiz really looked to be shaken up on that play, but he's sitting up, getting very good attention by Kyle, the trainer, and both coaches from Marist and Brother Rice. There's
How about a big round of applause? Looks like that's number 11, your wing, Nino Ruiz from Marist.
Ruiz is up. Looks like he's going to stay into the game.
Bold decision. Looked like a pretty big hit.
Took off some of the tape he had on his leg. Threw it onto the Brother Rice sideline. So with 18 minutes left to play, Brother Rice is up 24-3 here. And it will be Marist's ball. Looks like Marist is just going to kick the ball out on this penalty. It was a pretty good kick. Looked like they're at about the 23-yard line.
Brother Rice doesn't necessarily need a big stop here, but it'd be nice if we keep this game without a score from Marist.
So Marist will win their offensive line out in the zone.
Oh! Murray with the steal, passed out to Arquilla. High tackle, but sent out of bounds.
You see number 7 Jack Rice there lifted up a shoe for his teammate who lost it.
Arquilla driven out of bounds by number 4, second row, Jake Dewar from Marist.
Looks like it was Arquilla's shoe after he got tackled.
Looks like it's a Marist line out.
That is, and off in the distance, some Marist players look like subs are getting warmed up for a JV game.
It's about the first time that Marist has made pretty close to the offense on this side of the field yet, on this side of this half.
And Brother Rice has to back up 10, so we'll see if Marist can take advantage of this and put up their first try of the day. Quick tap and go, but the whistle is blown. It looks like it wasn't a good tap and go, so it'll be Brother Rice's ball. And a scrum.
You gotta give credit to Martin Murray. I don't think he's lost one scrum this whole game.
No, neither do I. And only being a junior, he has some very big promises to make to Brother Rice. He's always been a team leader in his years of playing.
Not only playing for Brother Rice, but playing for the Southside League. Rugby is obviously one of his favorite games out there. He enjoys playing the sport.
Yeah, that is something big throughout all of Brother Rice's rugby teams. A lot of these guys play for the Southside League, and even some Southside coaches are a part of the Brother Rice coaching staff, so they know a lot of the players on the team already and know a lot of the potential.
Ball's out to Desmond. Desmond kicks it.
Jay Sean Means will try to chase it down and just can't get there in time. If Jay Sean got to that, it looks like it probably would have been an easy try for him. So Mike O'Brien, the hooker, will try yet another line out for Marist. He's been a busy man with these lineouts. There are about 14 minutes left to play in this second half.
Oh. Big tackle there.
Yeah, Brother Rice has definitely been laying on some pretty big hits. They're not letting up with a pretty good sized lead. A lot of the Marist coaches are yelling they weren't liking a call that was missed by the referee. But Brother Rice will have to back up 10 yards, and let Marist have a penalty play.
Looks like it's gonna be a Marist line out.
So, once again, Kyle, the trainer, is called out.
Looks like just a simple blood injury.
Yeah, it looks like Tim Desmond was running over there.
Jack Rice.
Oh, Jack Rice, yes. Pardon me. Tim Desmond is stretching himself out on about the 30-yard line.
Looks like just a simple nosebleed.
Oh, we got a break in the action. Can I ask all Brother Rice, all Marist alumni rugby players, please stand. All Brother Rice, all Marist alumni rugby players, please stand. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Stand up. How about a big round of applause for our Brother Rice and Marist rugby alumni. Thanks a lot for coming out, guys. And a big special welcome to our Western Michigan Bronco rugby alumni.
So, Jack Rice will return to the action as we're ready to get underway. If you could hear through the loudspeaker, there are a lot of Marist and Brother Rice rugby alumni here, so they had a quick honorable moment there.
Ooh. Ooh.
So a
Marist.
mishandled pass by Marist sends them back into their own defensive zone.
Like it was a penalty on Brother Rice.
Brother Rice will have to back up 10.
Kicked out of bounds by Marist.
Major infraction was assessed against Brother Rice. Called as a high tackle. Marist elects to kick for touch. Line out, Redhawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry we are having a few scoreboard difficulties here at Tom Mitchell Field. So it looks like a minute has been taken off the clock.
Oh, it looked like a win. Oh. Looks like there might be a call on Marist for that tackle on Aiden Desmond when he didn't have the ball. My bad. Tim Desmond.
Brother Rice looking to make.
Oh, another big play here.
Brother Rice looking to make another move and get yet another try put up on the scoreboard in their last game of the season.
I believe that was Martin Murray with the big push there.
Brother Rice's rucking so far in this game has been amazing. They haven't let anybody push them around.
Oh.
So a few
almost
missed
breaking
tackles
three
there by
tackles,
Marist.
getting back up. Sat down.
Looks like that's Ryan Schickel.
Murray. Not able to break that tackle, but getting a few yards on the play.
And a mishandled
down.
pass there by Brother Rice.
Knocked
Two
down by
players
Brother
went for it
Rice.
on the same time.
Yeah.
Knock on Brother Rice. Scrum down, Marist.
Looks like the Marist JV team's warming up on the track for the game after. They'll be playing the Brother Rice JV team.
So a scrum has been won by
Marist.
Marist. That's not something we've seen too often in tonight's game.
Looks like there may be an injury on the field.
So yes, an injured Crusader on the play, but he's back up.
Looks like Tim Desmond hurt one of his knees in the last play there. Trying to stretch it out on the field before the play comes to his side of the field.
Tim and the rest of the Desmond brothers who have played rugby over the years, their Brother Rice have always been tougher kids.
Very. Unfortunately, Tim's little brother Aiden is out with a torn or sprained MCL at the moment. Hopefully he'll return before the end of the season. Like the ball went out there.
So with about 8.5 minutes left to play in the second half, Brother Rice is still leading this game 24-3 over Marist.
Coming down to the last minutes of the game, hopefully Brother Rice can hold off Marist and keep the score to where it is.
And this is a huge momentum booster for Brother Rice. If they do win this one, they'll finish out the season undefeated, and it's a nice big win against your arch rivals on senior night.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a big win for the Crusaders against their CCL rivals.
So it looks like Marist is knocking on the doorsteps for their first try of the game.
Brother Rice is not going to let them in easy. Looks
So
like Marist put it in there.
Marist will score their first try of the game. It looks like the try was scored by number 12, Mike Riley.
Inside center for Marist, Mike Riley with the try for Marist.
The kick is up and good. So now it is 24-10, Brother Rice over Marist, with 6:40 left to play in the second half. And you see Coach PJ for Brother Rice saying, calm it down. Don't get too energetic and hyped up. You got to keep yourselves composed to close this game.
Unfortunately, with Marist getting that last point there, getting the ball back is definitely something Brother Rice does not want. They're going to do everything in their power to get this ball back right here. Hold on to it for the remaining 6 minutes of this game. Oh! Looks like Jay Sean Means with the ball. Not quite going out of bounds.
And so
Looks
the Marist coach doing the flag on the Brother Rice sideline called Jay Sean Means out of bounds. Some of the parents didn't really like the call, but it was close. It looks like the ball did touch the line, so it looked like the right call. It'll be a scrum for Marist now. Number 9, Jack Kilrow, back to work on the scrums.
Brother Rice going to have to keep this scrum real tight to try and win this ball.
And so the ball came out of the scrum, so they will have to retry.
Sean Hogan putting a lot of work into this game as a scrum half today.
Yeah, he hasn't had too many offensive scrums, but defensively he's been right on Kilrow's backside. Really, because once Kilrow picks up the ball, Hogan can just tackle him as hard as he wants. as we see right there.
Hogan is really good at reading these scrums.
So the whistle is blown. It looks like Brother Rice is going to have to go back 10.
Brother Rice has got to try and keep Marist on their side of the 50 here.
So the kick goes out of bounds on just about the 50-yard line. It will be a...
Looks like it's going to be a line out for Marist. We're going to try to see if Arquilla can try to steal this one here. Arquilla's up. Oh, and just over Arquilla there.
And the throw was not straight enough for the line out, so Brother Rice will have the ball back.
Looks like it's going to be a Brother Rice line out.
Martin Murray's going to have some good communication here with Arquilla to try to win this line out. Which he does. A nice tip to Hogan. To Severs.
Severs with another big play there.
Yeah, Severs has really been all over the field lately.
Marist just unable to do anything about him. Looks like it's a penalty on Marist.
So it looks like Brother Rice is going to try to kick this one out of bounds. That was a very nice kick. So as we're in the final 2:40 of this game, Brother Rice is up by 14. All you really got to ask for now is to hold off Marist and get the win. And really, no injuries, as we've been talking about throughout the whole game. Brother Rice is a playoff game Saturday, so you really don't want to lose one of these key starters in a game like this right near the end that could really end up hurting you in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. The last thing you want is one of your key players going down at the end of this game. Desmond with the kick there. Oh, received back with another kick. Looks like there were some words said after that play there.
Yeah, you really don't want to see anything get physical in any kind of sport, especially late in the game like this. It'll be a scrum for Marist after a Brother Rice knock-on.
We're going to want to watch Sean Hogan again here to see if he makes another big play for Brother Rice. Oh, ball's out for Marist. Marist has really moved the ball well, although they just can't get it down the field past this Brother Rice defense.
Yeah, Brother Rice has been playing
very disciplined today.
Yeah,
that line flat throughout the defense.
Brother Rice has always been known for rugby, and obviously you can see why right here. They are fast offensively, they tackle strong defensively, and they're going to make a push to win the championship this year. You see, it looks like
this
Brother Rice.
varsity team is definitely a well-conditioned team, considering early in the second half, most of the varsity team from Marist was just gassed.
And we're in the last 35 seconds of the second half. Brother Rice is looking like they're just about to win this one and close out the season undefeated, CCL champions. You see, they're going to take as much time as they can before they even have to put the ball in the scrum. They don't want to risk anything too dangerous happening.
Brother Rice with the ball out. Oh, Johnny Bean with a good play there.
Yeah, Johnny Bean
keeps on driving the ball. He is not afraid of getting hit. Those were the final seconds of the game.
And You hear a lot of the
play here.
You hear a lot of the Brother Rice coaches just saying, "Go down, don't risk anything," and let's just close this game out.
Johnny Bean is definitely not one of those players.
So
there's another player. Marist player goes down. Looks like he's back up though.
that'll be a scrum to Marist after a knock on by Brother Rice.
Ball's out. Ooh, a little fake there by Marist. Oh, and he's breaking away, but here comes Plunkett.
And a nice tackle there to stop a fast break by Marist.
Having Jay Sean Means and Jesse Plunkett on the ends of the field like that are a great advantage for Brother Rice with their speed. It looks like there may be a player down on the field though.
Yeah, it's a Brother Rice player right now. Looks like he might have just had a cramp. He's trying to stretch himself out, but still. And an intercepted pass.
Trainer seems to be on the field right now. And Brother Rice is going to score.
And you see Severs there almost turned around and looked like he was saying, "You can't catch me," to the Marist defenders.
No time on the clock, and Brother Rice with another try to seal this game.
Marist did not like that move by Richard Severs, but that's all right. You see, he meant in all good spirits. He's just happy that Brother Rice has gotten yet another win and finishing out the season undefeated.
This is definitely the kind of win you want to be going into the playoffs with this year.
And how about Kyle, the trainer? Almost looked like he was going to make that tackle on Severs. Aiden, Kyle, and I are all pretty good friends, so we like joking around with each other.
Mostly because I'm injured most of the time, but other than that.
There's the blind side flanker number 6, Richie Severs, with the try for Brother Rice.
We'll have to ask Kyle tomorrow, Aiden, why he didn't make that tackle.
Yes, we will.
So the kick is up and missed. So it'll be 29-10. The final score here at Tom Mitchell Field on senior night against Marist. Brother Rice is victorious. They will finish out the regular season undefeated and will go into the playoffs on Saturday with lots of momentum. I'm Ryan Schistel for my color commentator Aiden Conlon, producer Pat McGann, and cameraman Kevin Lynch. We hope everybody watching has a great night. See you soon.